Hi folks, Kieran here again. Hope you're all good. Just thought I'd do a video on the topic of fatness or weight. I'd like to talk about my own weight issues and also the kind of politics of weight, like this fat acceptance kind of business. Okay, so I'm a bit overweight myself. I've kind of battled it over the years, and I've kind of come to the point where I kind of decided not to really diet much anymore, because it is a really big effort. And okay, there've been periods where I have managed to lose quite a lot of weight, and be sort of thin. But well, one was like a 3-year period where I kept the weight down pretty low. But I remember in those days I was hungry like a third of the time or something. So it was a serious effort. Also, it was quite a quiet time in my life, and I did have time, the kind of spare effort to diet, whereas now my life's a bit more hectic, unfortunately, and it would just be more effort to try and do that because of stress and so on. So it was hard then, and it would be even harder now to keep the weight off. I have tried, I've been trying over the years since then and at other times with varying success. But I've never lost, pardon me, I've never really lost weight without effort. It's not like I've ever found like a formula like just reduce your meal size, or a lot of the sort of stuff that people say, or eat this healthy thing more or that. I mean, these things probably do give you a sort of marginal gain in losing weight, but I don't think there's any really simple formula where you can just be satisfied with the food you eat. At least in my case, I think my appetite is such that I don't think there is an easy solution where I could be thin and not feel hungry or be completely exhausting myself with a massive amount of exercise. I do intend to keep trying to lose weight a little bit, but I'm realistic about that. I'm not going to probably long term put the kind of effort in required to be thin. I'm 110 kilos, by the way. I'm not sure what that is in pounds. It's something like twice that number in pounds for people in North America. Obviously there is a health issue, but it's a trade-off. It's quality of life versus health in the long run, and other aspects, social aspects of life. I mean, obviously being thin is a kind of social advantage, and self-esteem wise it's better, but in terms of this constant sort of hunger pain and stuff, it's kind of worse. So I'm not sure it's really worth, for me, knowing the amount of effort I have to put in to try and to actually maintain low weight. Also, there's other things I need to make more effort into as well, like working harder and various other things. So it's not, I should give more to charity or whatever. There are other much more worthwhile things to aim for, which I'm also failing at. So just seems like losing weight is not, after kind of 20 years of trying to lose weight, it's not that high on my list, of things to do. Okay, some words about the politics of losing weight, of fatness and fat acceptance and all that. I believe that fatness should be something you never criticize someone for unless they really ask you for feedback or something, or they ask you, I don't know, ask you to kind of give them a very honest appraisal of their weight or something. I don't think it's something that you should go out, should begin talking to somebody, sort of fat person, about in a critical way. I think that being fat is morally, I suppose, slightly worse than being thin, in the sense you're wasting food that you don't have to eat, and you're probably, maybe in some cases, but all overweight people to some degree, at least, are reducing their health, and that can have bad effects on themselves and their families, and it costs money for the health service and so on. So it's not good to be fat, but as I explained from my own situation, it's very, very difficult in practice to keep the weight off if you're one of these people that has a naturally quite high appetite. So I really don't think telling fat people to get thin is a very good use of one's time. I think just like with smoking, and taking drugs, and there's a few other things, I think it's best to just leave it to be the person's sort of free choice, and by and large they're only harming themselves and not anyone else. If you want to make the world a better place, I don't think it's a very efficient way to deploy your efforts. You need to, I don't know, do other things, like try and sort out your own shortcomings. Anyway, those are my thoughts about my weight and fat acceptance and so on. I hope you're all good, and I'll see you all soon. All the best.